What's going on, guys? Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe so you can become a part of my galactic empire. Do it!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get straight into this one. In this video we're going to briefly examine Darth Nihilus and who he was. All we know about Nihilus's backstory is that he was on the Ravager on Malachor V during the Mandalorian Wars, which was destroyed after the activation of the mass shadow generator, a super weapon which existed simultaneously in hyperspace and real space, and used a ton of gravity to pull all ships around the planet to its surface, creating a cataclysmic bombardment of ships to any ground troops and troops in the ships themselves. The Jedi Mitra Surik served as a general under a powerful Force-sensitive user by the name of Revan. She disobeyed orders from the Jedi High Council and assisted in the war, giving the command to fire the mass shadow generator to win the war. But after the amount of deaths and casualties that she caused, she cut herself off from the Force, creating what's known as a nexus in an attempt to resist the dark side of the Force. Unlike many of the few Jedi survivors who were unable to resist it, this brings us to Nihilus. Now, off the record, it's not been confirmed if he was an actual Jedi or not, but a lot of people died that day, and when Nihilus survived, instead of cutting himself off from the Force like the Jedi did, he decided to fully tap into the Force in order to survive, since his body had technically died, or at least was dying. I like to think of it like this. Let's say for the sake of this video, all living things are the Force, right? That includes your body and spirit. Now, as we know, in order to sustain ourselves, we eat and drink to survive. But if our body dies, our spirit goes with it. That's why when people die, they say, oh, he's passed away or he's gone to the next world. And since your spirit can't stay here any longer as there is no vessel to keep it here, if you were to die or were dying, yet your spirit remained, and you relied on the power of the Force to stay, but your body is dead or on the verge of dying, how would you survive? The answer would be you would have to constantly drain Force energy from other Force users in order to remain. And this was the case with Darth Nihilus. He was trapped on Malachor for a while, so any Force users nearby were sapped of their life when they had the Force drained out of them, because remember, the Force is all living things. Now, eventually he's fully mastered how to create what were known as Force echoes from a teacher by the name of Darth Traya the Betrayer. Now, she was once a Jedi who had started a Sith academy, which in time became somewhat of an empire. The main purpose of it was to destroy the Jedi after they exiled her from the Order and wrongfully accused her of influencing Revan to create wars and become a Sith. For a time, Nihilus followed Darth Traya as her student and was equivalent to a second-in-command position, along with another student by the name of Darth Sion. He was also trained directly under Traya, but Nihilus over time got hungrier and hungrier, and felt as though he was held back by her strategies of corrupting weaker-willed Jedi, and just wanted to feed on them. He didn't really care about the teachings of the Sith or the Empire. He just wanted to feed. His fellow student Darth Sion also felt similar, as he was tired of having to wait to attack Jedi or to commit atrocities, so they temporarily teamed up and cut her off from the Force, where she was exiled again. Now that Nihilus was freer to feed as much as he wanted, with even some of his feeds being planetary, he came to the realization that the more he fed, the more his body decayed too. And that's when he managed to bind his essence with a dark side artifact, and he completely became an abyss. He was eventually beaten by the Jedi exile that we mentioned earlier, who had cut herself off from the Force, as she had gone through just as much trauma through the Force as Nihilus did. So when he tried to Force drain her and they ended up fighting, he ended up coming across an infinite void of the Force that he was incapable of harming, which stripped him of his greatest strength, and eventually he was defeated. But we're going to bring this video to an end, so thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any other questions or videos you want to check out or want me to do, let me know. But until then, peace.
What's going on, guys? Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe so you can become a part of my galactic empire.